Hi everyone, Simon here. Hope you're all doing well, having a good week, that sort of thing. So, different kind of video today. This isn't a product review, it's more of a public service announcement. Okay. Musicians, we are creatures of habit. We know what we like when we find it. And when we find what we like, we tend to stick with it. Yeah, it's just one of our things. It's what we do. So when what we like isn't available, we have a little internal panic. We're like, what do we do? I was in that situation. Recently, I bought a new bass. There is a review on here of the bass. It's a Shergold Libertine, which I'm really enjoying. But when I bought the bass, the strings on it just weren't to my liking. They weren't the gauge that I like to use. So I decided to change the strings, as you do. Most people do that. And what happened was, the strings that I've been using for the past 30 years, maybe, yeah, weren't available. I couldn't get them. Panic ensued. I could not get my favourite strings. So I had to look for some alternatives. So there I am, searching for alternatives. And I saw on special offer, which is always an added bonus, special offer, Markbass strings. Markbass? They sell amps with strings? I was a bit confused. So I did a little bit of research. It turns out that Markbass, if anybody doesn't know, Markbass are an Italian bass amplifier company. They make some amazing gear. And they bought a string manufacturing company, an Italian string manufacturing company. I'm going to look up the name of the company and probably butcher the pronunciation because it's in Italian. But it was a company called De Osario Strings. Okay. And they bought the company and they started producing strings. So because they were on special offer, I thought I would give them a try. Ordered them, they arrived, put them on the bass. Wow. Amazing. So what did I do then? Ordered a few more packets. These are great strings. The tone is great. What really got me was how they feel. They feel so smooth. So smooth. Sometimes with bass strings or guitar strings in general, you find that after a long period of time, it's like they just rip your fingers. But these were so smooth. Still gave you the feel, still gave you the tone. And I really didn't think I would ever find a string that suited me more than my old brand of strings, but I think I found it now. So, like I say, I ordered a few more sets whilst they were still on special offer. Oh yeah, because contrary to popular belief, bassists, we do change our strings. Not as often as we probably should, but we're bassists. I change my normal guitar strings, I change quite regularly when they need to be done. Bass strings, we can make them last quite a long time. Oh yeah. It's a bassist thing. Now, what they've done is they've introduced bass and guitar strings. Okay. Now the ones I bought are called the Groove series, and they're like nickel-plated strings. They are like what I would call your everyday string. Yeah, you can put them on any bass and they will cover any sound, any genre, any style. They're like an everyday, like workhorse type string. They do a couple of others. They do an energy series, which are they've got a lot more high-end resonance to them. They've got one they called the Balance. The energy series is stainless steel, and they've got a series that they call Balance, which is like 2 strings are made of nickel, 2 strings are made of stainless steel. I haven't tried them, don't know what they're like. They also do an Advance, which is like a real soft touch. Now, bearing in mind that the Groove series I've got, I thought were smooth and soft. I'd love to know what these Advanced are like. They must be super soft. It must be like, you know, cradling a kitten. They also do one called a Long Evo, which is like a coated string. It seems to have become popular recently to have coated strings so that they last longer. Personally, I've heard good or bad things about coated strings. Yeah, people say they last longer, but they lose a bit of feel. I have never tried them, whether it be on bass or on guitar, so I can't give a comment on those. Because once again, musicians, we know what we like, and when we find what we like, we stick with it. Yeah. So, like I say, this isn't a review; it's just more of an information thing. If you want a review, Bass the World channel did a really good review on these. After I bought them, I was like, oh, I'm going to find out some information before they arrive, and they did a really good review on the strings. The actual bass strings, and the guy that does the channel, he was as surprised as I was that Markbass are making strings. They seem to be branching out because they're making strings and guitars now as well. Part of me is tempted to try one of their guitars. Yeah. When they do the demo as well on the Bass the World channel, they've got a bassist called Frank It playing, and he's a damn good player, really good player. And also as well, he has got, without a doubt, probably the best stank bass face I've ever seen. Yeah, it's great. You know, just great playing, and watch that great bass face. So I will put a link to their review because it's a proper review. This isn't a review. This is a public service announcement for any players out there that are looking to try something different. I can highly recommend Markbass strings. Now, because there is a product in this, I have to say these things. This isn't sponsored in any way. I bought these strings with my money. I have no affiliation to Markbass. They don't know me from Adam. It's just I bought a product that I thought was good, and I wanted to let other people know. That's it. Plain and simple. Okay, so there we are. My public service announcement. Anyway, I've been Simon. You've been amazing. Take care, and I'll see you soon.